But before diving deeper, let's pause for a moment and ask, what is success? Most people believe success means achieving money, wealth, power, or fulfilling relationships. But here's the truth, everything we achieve, whether it's wealth, respect, or even love, comes from one source, society. And what exactly is society? It's not some abstract entity, it's you, me, and every individual. You yourself are the smallest unit of society. Now think about this carefully, whenever you got money, didn't it come because you gave your service, your product, or your value first? Whenever you gained respect in relationships, wasn't it because you gave love, time, and trust first? Whenever opportunities knocked on your door, wasn't it after you offered your skills and efforts first? The principle is simple yet powerful, you always receive after you give. The Go-Giver reveals this universal truth, that success in every field comes only after a threshold point where you first provide value to society. And the more value you give, the more abundance flows back to you, sometimes multiplied beyond imagination. This is why this book is not just another self-help guide. It's a mindset shift, from a go-getter mentality to a go-giver way of living. A shift that can completely transform your business, your career, your wealth, and even your relationships. That's exactly why we must read The Go-Giver. Because if you truly want lasting success, fulfillment, and influence, you must learn the art of giving first. Imagine a local coffee shop. Two places sell the same cup of coffee for $3. The first cafe gives you coffee cup, provides a roof, safe and decent place to sit. The other on the hand, despite giving you same basic services, remembers your name, wishes with smiles when you walk in, giving customized cup with delighted designs on top of coffee. With soothing light music makes you feel like family. Despite same price for cup of coffee, where would you rather go? Of course to the second cafe. That's the difference between price and value. The law of value states that your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment or response. Think about Apple, Tesla, and Amazon, what they are selling and what they are offering. Why do people stand in line for hours to buy the new iPhone, when cheaper smartphones are available everywhere? It's not just a phone, it's design, innovation, reliability, and a brand experience. Apple doesn't just sell technology, it delivers value that feels personal and aspirational. Why do millions shop from Amazon, even if the same product could be found at a local store? Because Amazon gives far more than the product. It gives convenience, trust, lightning-fast delivery, and customer care that rarely fails you. And Tesla, why are people willing to pay a premium when other electric cars are cheaper? Because Tesla doesn't just give you a vehicle, it gives you innovation, cutting-edge software updates, and the feeling that you're part of shaping the future of clean energy. Same goes with relationships. Value doesn't mean expensive gifts. It means giving your heart before asking for anything in return. Think of a father. He wakes up early, works long hours, sacrifices his own comfort, not because he expects something back immediately, but because he's giving his time, his energy, and his love. And what comes in return? Respect, gratitude, and unshakable bonds of trust. And same with personal life, wherever you are, at work, in family, in friendships, add more than what's expected. Give more effort, more kindness, more excellence. That's where true worth lies. Think of a teacher who impacts not just one student but hundreds every year. The more lives she touches, the greater her influence becomes. The law of compensation says, your desired outputs in any field are determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. Think of J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Her first book touched a few readers, but as her story reached millions worldwide, her impact multiplied, and so did her rewards. The bigger the audience she served, the greater her success became. If you want higher income, increase your impact. Amazon began as a small online bookstore. Today, it serves millions globally with everything from groceries to cloud services. Why? Because it expanded its reach to touch almost every household. Similarly, YouTube creators who once made videos for a few hundred people can transform their lives once they serve millions through valuable content. A business that helps millions grows exponentially. Same goes with your relationships. The more people you support in their struggles, the more love and support comes back to you. Think about a friend who's always there when you're down, the one who listens when you're broken. Over time, doesn't that friend become the person you do anything for? That's the law of compensation in relationships. The more hearts you touch, the richer your emotional world becomes. Think about it, a teacher who invests in one student changes one life. But a teacher who inspires an entire classroom generation after generation changes the world. That's why impact multiplies worth. Consider leaders like Nelson Mandela or Mother Teresa. Their power didn't come from demanding influence, it came from serving others first. The third law says, your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first. In entrepreneurship, always remember influence is not built by chasing followers or customers, it's built when you put customers' needs first. While using this law in relationships, remember true influence in family or friendships grows when you prioritize the other person's happiness above your own ego. In daily life, every time you put another's interest before yours, your circle of trust, respect, and influence expands. Imagine you're choosing between two leaders. One hides behind a mask of perfection, while the other openly admits mistakes but stays genuine. Who do you trust more? The fourth law says, the most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. People don't buy products, they buy you. Elon Musk is not just selling cars, he's selling his bold vision of the future. Steve Jobs didn't just sell gadgets, he sold a mindset of creativity and simplicity. That's why Apple fans and Tesla supporters are so loyal, because authenticity builds trust, and trust builds long-lasting brands. Pretending creates distance. Being real builds bonds. Think of a family member who tries too hard to act perfect, you can feel the gap. But when a parent admits, yes, I failed, but I'll try again, children feel connected. In friendships, too, we trust the ones who show their true selves, not the ones who wear masks. Stop copying others. Be unapologetically you. A student who always tries to imitate others loses confidence. But the one who stands by their own voice eventually becomes a leader. In the workplace, the colleague who stays genuine earns more respect than the one always pretending to be someone else. Authenticity attracts the right people, opportunities, and growth. A farmer plants seeds, waters them, and tends the soil, but unless he is open to receiving the harvest, all efforts are wasted. Giving works only when you allow yourself to receive. The fifth law says, the key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. Don't block opportunities. Be open to partnerships, feedback, and financial abundance. Many small businesses fail not because they can't give, but because they refuse to receive, whether that's advice from mentors, funding from investors, or new opportunities. Companies like Airbnb grew because they accepted early feedback and funding, which allowed them to scale globally. Allow others to give love, care, and support to you. Think of a parent who always gives but never lets their children help. It creates distance. But when you allow others to contribute to your happiness, it strengthens mutual trust and deepens the bond. Don't hesitate to accept help. Receiving gracefully is also a gift, it allows others to give. For instance, when a colleague offers to share workload or a friend offers emotional support, accepting it not only lightens your burden but also gives them the joy of contributing to your growth. So now you know, true success doesn't start with taking, it starts with giving. That's the timeless wisdom of the go-giver. So here's the truth. Success isn't built on taking, it's built on giving. The 5 laws of stratospheric success remind us, give more in value than you take in payment. Touch more lives, and your rewards multiply. Put others first, and your influence expands. Be authentic, because the real you is the greatest gift. And finally, stay open to receive, because giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin. These laws aren't theory. They are the timeless blueprint of business, of relationships, and of life itself. So, if this message inspired you, don't stop here. Subscribe now. Join this journey. Let's keep unlocking the wisdom of the world's greatest books. Because remember, the more you give, the more you grow.